Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to study that sort of irregularities does Al-Ajabaf bring in Sarf Kabir of all the families. We've already done Sarf Saghir. Now we are going to look into Sarf Kabir of all the families. So in broader terms, you will see that in Sarf Kabir, the changes that are brought in all the families. So changes are same all across the families. First we have Madi in Sarf Kabir and Mudari. So changes will be the same. That change will be that in Madi, the vowel is dropped and it is dropped hunna onwards. So you have huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, and hunna onwards, hunna, anta, antunna, antum, antuma, antum, onwards, hunna onwards. In all the rest of the conjugations, the vowel is dropped. In Mudare, you will see the vowel is dropped only at hunna and antunna version of that Mudare, fail Mudare. And also, you will see that both of these places where the vowel is dropped, it's replaced by a haraka. And this haraka will vary. So it will actually depend on the clan. So there are certain vowels, like if you have ya vowel, it will be replaced by the closest haraka, which is kasra. If you have wow in the vowel, it will be replaced by the closest haraka, which is dhamma, and then so on and so forth. So now, you will see that you've already studied this, how these changes are brought upon in Aslama and Istaghfara family, because in big families, these two families behave similarly. What we are going to see in Madi and Mudari, that these vowels, when they were replaced by Alif, over here, you will see that in Madi, it was replaced by Alif, and in Mudare, you will see it was replaced by Ya in both the families. So you have to keep these two vowels in mind, the Alif and Ya. So right now we are talking not about the root letter vowels, we are talking about the vowels they were replaced with. So this is the main thing that you have to remember when you are conjugating. Let's move forward. So you have Arada family and Istaghatha family. Now, Madi, you remember that when Alif was dropped, and Mudari, you remember when, sorry, while vowel was dropped, it was made in Alif. When here the vowel was dropped, it was turned into Ya. You have to remember that this Alif is actually replaced by a Fatha, which is the closest haraka to Alif. And this Ya, guess what? It will be replaced by Kasra. So you see the connection. Now let's look at Madi first. In both these charts, you will see that Hunna onwards. You remember I said in Madi, Hunna onwards, this Alif is dropped and it is replaced by a Fatha everywhere. Everywhere. It's all the way till Aradana, the Nahnu, conjugation. Then in the similarly over here also at Hunna, it is dropped and replaced by Fatha. I'm talking about this vowel, Alif, and all the way till the end, it is replaced by Fatha. Then let's look at Mudare. Similarly, if you remember, I said Hunna and Antunna are the only places in Mudare which will be affected. So the Ya, which was replaced which was replacing Waw and Ya, the middle root letter. Now Ya is replaced by Kasra. So you see how the chain goes on, that Kasra, which is closest to Ya, is now replaced here, and in place of Ya, you just have Kasra in Hunna and Antunna. These are the two changes we have in Mudare, and then in Madi, we see Hunna onwards. The vowel is dropped, the Alif vowel, and replaced by Fatha. Now, this change you will see in all the Sarf Kabir of the families. Every time this vowel was replaced by a haraka. So either it can be Alif, either it can be Ya. If you remember, Qala Yakulu, it was Waw. So you will see how these things are basically at play. So now you remember Sarf Kabir of small families. Over here, you have to remember that Madi and Mudare in both the places, it's replaced by alif. So we will see how this goes on. Again, it's the same thing as, sorry, this is not small families, this is also big families. And over here, you will see this alif will be replaced by a fatha. That's it, as simple as that. So I believe we don't have to do the conjugation of this. It's fairly simple that this alif will be replaced by fatha. When you reach in Madi, you will reach hunna onwards, and in Mudare, hunna and antunna are the only places where you will replace this alif with a fatha. So it's the same conjugation, same method of conjugating as we learned before. Alif is replaced by fatha only in Madi and Mudare both. Okay, let's now look at the small families. Small families, again, Madi, Mudare. You see that depends on the replacement of the, the middle root haraka is dependent on the Mudare. How? I'll tell you. So you have three families only in which the Ajwaf occurs, Ajwaf irregularity occurs. We don't have all six families. So Yansuru, Yadribu, and Yasma'u. Now, if you see, Yansuru has Dhamma in it. Remember, Kala Yakulu, the Dhamma was transferred and was replaced by a Waw. Yadribu, you have Kasra, and I think Ba'a Yabi'u. Yes. So the Kasra was replaced by Aya, and here the Fatha here it is Fatha. Now, let's see. In Madi, if you have Yansuru, that means Kala Yakulu, the Madi will be replaced and replaced by, in Madi, it will be replaced by Dhamma. And you'll see how. And in Yadribu and Yasma'u, in both Kasra and Fatha, it will be replaced by a Kasra. In Mudare, you will see this Dhamma, which became a Waw, will be replaced by a Dhamma. This Yadribu, this Kasra, which became a Ya, will be replaced by a Kasra. This Fatha, which became an Alif, Nala Yanalu. So it became, the middle letter became Alif. This Alif will be replaced by Fatha. How? We will see. So Kala, Kala, Kalu, Kalat, Kalata, Kulna. So when you are replacing the alif, it will be not replaced by fatha in the Madi. It actually will be replaced by Dhamma, because that was what was in the Mudare. So now you understand what I mean by it depends. In both Madi and Mudare, it depends on the haraka of Mudare in Madi also. In Ba'a, it will be Ba'a, Ba'a, Ba'u, Ba'at, Ba'ata, Bi'na. So remember, Yadribu had kasra in the Mudare. So in Madi also, it will be replaced by kasra. So you see the connection. And similarly, it should be nalna actually. Let me just fix this right now. So yeah, so this will be nalna. And you see nala yanalu. So alif in the mudare was actually replaced by fatha. It is not the alif of madi. It was the madi. It was the alif of mudare, which is replaced by fatha over here. Similarly, we will see in mudare that yakulu, yakula, yakulu, yakulat, yakulata, and in hunna it will become yakulna. And similarly in antunna it will be takulna. And by the way, this kulna will be all the way hunna onwards. So kulna, kulnata, kulnatuma, kulnatum, all the way till nahnu, which will be kulna, kultu, and I think kulna or something like that. So yeah, kulna. And over here, it will only take place in hunna and antunna, which will be yakulna and takulna. Then your, if you remember in ba'a yabi'u, the ya is replaced by a kasra, and it will be yabi'na, tabi'na, hunna and antunna only. Then in yasma'u, you will see, again, this should be yanalna. Let me just fix this. So this will be yanalna. And sorry for over here, I made a mistake. It should be nilna. So remember, kasra and fatha both are replaced by kasra. So ya in yabi'u and yanalu alif is they are both replaced by kasra. This will not be replaced by fatha. That is the rule in Madi only. And in Mudare, it will be replaced by the respective harakas, which are closest to the letters they were replaced with in the middle letter. So this brings us to the end of the Sarf Kabir of all the families. However, there are two isms where we form, we can encounter some irregularity. So in Ism Sifa, actually, there is no Ism Taftil. Let me just fix this. This is Ism Taftil and this is Ism Sifa. So, Ism Tafdeel and Ism Sifa. So, in Ism Tafdeel, there are actually no irregularities. In Ism Sifa, you will see that irregularity. But in Ism Tafdeel, it's fairly simple. You have families, Kaf, Waw, Meen, and Ba'a, Yabi'u, Ba, Ya, Noon. Now, you will see that in the Tafdeel pattern is Af'alu. So, when you put it in Af'alu pattern, it will be Aqwamu, Abya'u. So, basically, no irregularities. But in Ism Sifa, you will see that the pattern you are putting it is fa'ilun. But when you put it in that pattern, you already have ya in the pattern. So this does not really sit well with these two vowels. So how will we change it? Let's see. So qayyimun and bayyinun. So both these vowels, ya and waw, when they met the container letter ya, I think I should write the container letter on top. So vowel of the middle letter and ya of the container letter. I'll add it in the PDF. When they meet, they become ya with shadda. And they also have a kasra in the end. I'm going to put a kasra also over here. So they squish together the waw or ya, they both, when they meet the container letter ya, which is in fa'ilun, they will become ya with shadda and kasra. And this is what you will get, qayyimun. Let me just fix it right now. So you see that this ya is the container letter and this is the vowel letter. And when they when they meet each other, so when they meet each other, they form a ya with shadda and a kasra. So that's why we've got qayyimun and bayyinun. I could not really highlight it with red without having noon highlighted for some reason. I think some technical issue. But actually what I wanted to highlight was ya with shadda and a kasra. So this is the irregularity you get in Isam Sifa when you're making Sifa of the small families, and Isam Tafdeel, you have no irregularities. So this brings us to the end of Ajwa, which is the second sort of irregularity in Mu'tal. If there are any outstanding questions, you may post it on the group and inshallah they will be addressed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.